Hello everybody, I'm Storm here. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Online Shadowbringers. In the last episode, we continued our exploration of Amarot, completing the side quests for the Ether Currents, which gave us some more information about the capabilities of the ancient Ascians, and kind of what their society and culture were like to some extent. And then we had a conversation with Hythlodaeus, who was one of the reconstructed characters in the city, but who was aware of the situation they were in. And through that conversation, got a better breakdown of exactly what happened with the final days of the ancient world, and what was actually done to correct the issue. And as it turns out, is that in order to create Zodiark, and then empower Zodiark to correct all of the issues and basically, repair all the damage, is that a significant percentage of the surviving ancient Ascians had to sacrifice their lives to provide their energy to Zodiark. And what the Ascians' additional plans are after resurrecting or rejoining Zodiark back to his full strength, is to sacrifice the life that is currently on the source. Well, the plan was to sacrifice the life in the world to provide Zodiark more energy that he could use to resurrect those that gave up their lives to create and empower him in the first place. So, even after all the rejoinings are done, it still won't be over. At least that's the way it seems. So, we had our final meeting with Emmett Selk, and he laid out his position, we laid out ours. There was an impasse, no way to kind of talk our way around or out of it. So what he has decided is to test our worthiness to inherit the star by forcing us to go through a trial. Not a trial. A duty. Trial comes after that. Now, I went ahead and recorded a whole episode where I ran through the duty, and got all the way through the post, the post cutscene, which was a really epic cutscene. But there was a technical issue, and I lost all of my commentary audio for it. So we're going to have to redo it, which is fine. But since I already ran through it with trusts, I can't run through it with trusts again. So I'm going to have to go into the Duty Finder to do it again. And then we're going to have to use the unending journey here to watch the cutscene, which is fine. So what I'll probably do, well, let's go ahead and queue us in. Duty Finder. And we're going into Amarot. And then, what I'm going to do is try to edit things as we exit the dungeon to go straight into the cutscene, because I think it just feels a lot better to go straight from the dungeon into the cutscene. So, that's kind of the plan. Alright, so I'll go ahead, pause here, and I will be back when it's ready. Okay, there it is. Let's go ahead and commence. Oh.
Welcome to the final days of Amarot.
Alright, here we go, and make sure that I'm in Defiance. I am.
the fabric of our star began to fray, and the unchecked energies of creation begat malformed beasts.
Should have another group spawning here in just a sec. Oh, the crier. Now that Terminus detonator cannot be tanked. It fixates on a single target, and you just kind of have to kill it. Alright, oh yeah, the map markers in here kind of tell the story. So you have, and lo, vile beasts did rise, and then leaving not in their wake, but blood and ash. And then the next one is, thus did the first doom befall us, is next. Alright, that Terminus Roiler right there also is untankable.
Just as prayer gives rise to primals, our dread made manifest our deepest fears.
Alright, so there is the first beast, Nightmare Fuel incarnate. Alright, so he does this move where he calls down these AoEs. Those AoEs will drop a proximity AoE. And then it's going to start doing the final sky. And you need to line of sight behind one of these boulders. And that person is not going to make it. And then that's going to cause the wall over there to fall, and you kind of got to get out of the way of that. Ooh, I just ate that. Oh, no big. Poison, not that big a deal. Alright, here goes again. Those are the boulder AoEs. And then here come the proximity AoEs, which I just gotta find a place far away from them. Alright, and then these, you just gotta spread out. And then it's gonna head to the opposite side of the floor. So there you go. And it's gonna start doing Final Sky. Now you gotta watch out for these AoEs. But if there's one behind the boulder and you don't have time to get out of it and then get back, you're just gonna have to eat it. Those smaller AoEs don't really hurt all that much. Alright, there it goes. Alright, so it would not, however, prove the last is the next area we're entering. Alright, we're gonna see how this healer is. All kinds of AoEs here. Just gotta try not to eat too many of them at the same time. Not bad. That went fairly smoothly.
And the land buckled. The cities burned. The waters ran red with blood.
This is, for soon did the sun bend low, scorching earth and boiling seas. And that's a big monster right there. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and push. Is I don't have a lot of my defensive cooldowns right now. So hopefully, some of them are starting to come off. Okay, there we go. There to heal back up. Alright. So now this brings us to thus did the second doom break us. And there's more nightmare fuel. Giant chicken with a face. Okay. Passing that loot, just making sure. Alright, now what it's going to start doing is summoning ads. Just lots and lots of ads. Alright, even more ads. Pop my inner release, so I just can go absolute crazy on the AoEs. Alright, and even a bigger pile of ads. That should be the last group. Alright, and then main bosses come back down here and start charging a burst. And you just need to DPS it down as fast as possible. Which doesn't look like we're going to have any trouble with.
Yet this was far from the worst of it.
Alright,
Come,
now,
and I will show you.
and now comes the coolest part of this whole duty.
Just a little further.
And now we're in
You will
space.
see the end of a world.
Alright, I'm going to go ahead and push up to here. Alright, hopefully the healer will be able to keep up. Now, I'm only doing this because I have players. If I had trusts, I would not be pushing this hard. This healer seems like they're up to the task. Ooh. That may have been a bit much. I think I ate an AoE there.
The star was fading. We saw we had to weave its laws anew.
What I may do here is just kind of burn this one down by itself. Or maybe at least let the numbers reduce just a tad. Before moving on to pull the next one. Alright, we're probably good to start moving on to the next group.
But between us and our goal loomed a final misbegotten fiend.
Alright. Last boss. The guy that's been harassing us this entire time. This guy really isn't that complicated. Alright, big face laser. Get off to the sides. And then it's going to do a proximity. Just get as far away from it as you can. Alright, now, one thing you need to pay attention to is that right there. You can see one of them is glowing. That one's going to break the next time it does its large frontal attack. And when you see the faces, they're going to alternate. So, whichever side it attacks from, it's going to attack from the other. Okay, now those are smaller frontal attacks. Does it twice. Alright, there's the big attack. Because you can fall off the edge here. And if you're on one of the platforms that breaks away, you end up dead. Alright, so this is the second jump. Now, it won't jump again. I don't think it will. Alright, we got the faces on the side. It's just a matter of figuring out, okay, which side did it attack from, and then get ready for attacks on the other side. And keep an eye on where the glowing platform is. There's someone using their little break. Alright, moving into its large frontal attack. And there it is dead. Pass on the loot. Alright, and there is the exit. Alright, so go ahead and exit here, and then watch the cutscene.
Well, well, you prevailed. Nevertheless,
your performance was underwhelming, and I remain unconvinced of your worthiness. Oh, you tower over your misbegotten ilk, no doubt. But should I bring my full strength to bear, well, you would be as leaves in the wind. The gulf between us is a reflection of the disparity between the world as it was and what it has become.
Our worlds may not live up to your lofty standards. But they are our worlds, our homes, full of life and love and hope. And we won't stand by and let you destroy them!
Alice!
You are a mistake. For we who have known perfection, the shattered source and these shards are ghastly mockeries of the true world. The ephemeral lives you exalt are pale imitations, utterly devoid of meaning.
Belittle us all you like, but we will rise again and again, and give the lie to your insults through word and deed. We define our worth, not the circumstances of our creation.
More prattle.
Fool, who are you? No one, nothing. Once I have reclaimed my heritage, my first act will be to expunge your stain from history's weave. My world will have no need for heroes.
Still fighting the good fight.
It is true that all we hold dear is fated to fade away, but that is no reason for us to forsake it.
To take what steps we may, and thus mark the road for those who would follow. To strive for the best of all futures. Be this not also thy purpose?
Do not presume to speak of my future. And you? Why waste your final moments in futile defiance? Weary wanderer, you've no fight left to fight, no life left to live. You see, the light will not be denied. Surrender to your fate, and let the transformation take you. Rise up in madness and fury. Devour the vermin infesting the land which is rightfully ours.
Now, Reed! Now!
to hold on.
If you had the strength to take another step, could you do it? Could you save our worlds?
What, all by myself?
Take it. We fight as one.
This world is not yours to end. This is our future. Our story.
No, it can't be. Ah, that trick of the light. You are a broken husk, nothing more. How can you hope to stand against me alone?
We stand together!
How d- I'm surprised you can stand at all.
I could not well leave matters half-finished. Let expanse contract, Eon become instant. Champions from beyond the rift, heed my call!
Damn you! Damn you all!
Alright, it ends today. One way or another, it ends.
Very well. Let us proceed to your final judgment. The victor shall write the tale, and the vanquished become its villain. But come, let us cast aside titles and pretense, and reveal our true faces to one another. I am Hades, he who shall awaken our brethren from their dark slumber.
Alright, and there is the epic cutscene coming out of the Amarat dungeon. Unfortunately, we have to kind of watch it this way because it doesn't lead into that, you know, with the music still going and everything, because that whole thing where, you know, when Arbert shows up and hands you his axe and the music starts playing and the Crystal Exarch shows up and all that, it still gives me goosebumps no matter how many times I watch it. Alright, so what we're going to go ahead and do is just keep on rolling through this and finish it off, at least to the end of the main story quest. So we have a trial to now do to fight Hades, which is apparently Emet-Selch's true name. So let's go ahead and cue in to the duty, the Dying Grasp, and see how this goes. Alright, so I guess I'll go ahead and pause recording here once again. And I'll be back once we're ready to go in. Alright, there we are. Let's go ahead and commence. Hades.
Show me your vaunted strength, and I shall expose the lie of your fragmented existence.
And there's all our party members. Alright, make sure that I'm in Defiance. And let's get this party started!
By darkness we purge.
That hit hard. Okay.
Darkness reigns.
Okay, you gotta look at which direction the arrows are pointing and be behind them. There.
Flee forward. You are unworthy.
Looks like that's just a standard AoE set.
The arcane is mine to command.
Alright, now there's gonna be these circles that come down. You actually have to be further away from them than it looks because they have a much wider area than it appears. Ooh, I ate that hit. Okay. Try not to eat the other ones.
Scurry and shatter. By darkness we purge.
Alright. I hit that at the wrong time. So a lot of time there was wasted. We got ads. You gotta die as fast as you can because he is powering up. Alright, gather up for the damage split. And then there'll be more ads. Alright. And then line AoEs. And gather. And then even more ads. And I think that's it. Yes, that's it. And if you don't kill the ads fast enough and he builds up all his power, then
I am stifled by this vessel of flesh.
you end up getting killed. And now he is transitioning phases. And on my triple monitor setup, this just starts looking awesome. Oh, there we go.
The future of this star shall be shaped by my hands. I shall be raised up by the prayers of my fallen brethren.
Alright, there we are.
A sorcerer of hell, tremble before my glory.
Alright. Get out of the middle there. He's gonna fire a blast across the platform. There you go. Spread out for that. Oh, for this you need to get behind the arm. And for this, you want to be in the middle. In the middle. And I was saying that on my monitor set up those wing arm things wrap like all the way around. Cones. Arm. Oops, someone didn't make it. Okay. Ethereal Jail. Have to destroy it quick. And I think that's pretty much most of the mechanics. And now it's just a matter of the pattern and when they kind of combine. Oh, no, one more. You need at least one person in each circle of light there. And this one is going to knock you sideways. There you go. Oh. And now we're getting chained.
My dormant brethren, dream now of a dark tomorrow. By our gathered might, must reclaim its vain reflections. In Zodiac's name, I beseech you.
Alright. Here we go, time for clicky. Clicky.
Has the Warden's light one free? No. Damn you. Damn your wretched blessing.
Alright, and now is DPS check. And there we go.
You have no power over me.
I would beg to differ. Alright, here we go. Done. Pretty straightforward. No complications. We'll hand a player combination to whoever was left. Because why not? I think that person spent a lot of the fight dead, but, you know, first time there. Not entirely unexpected. Alright, so let's go ahead and exit on out of here.
Should I surrender this fight, what will become of it all? What will become of our dreams? Our desire?
Enough, damn you!
Such infernal strength!
Now! Strike with all thy might!
Giant axe. Rammed through chest. Mission accomplished.
Remember. Remember us. Remember that we once lived.
It's over. Emet-Selch is no more.
More importantly, how do you fare?
What dost thou see?
Her ether. It is as it used to be. As a disciple of Zodiac, the Ascian was the darkness to your light. I can but assume that when you set your strength against his, the light within you was spent.
No, it's more than that. Under the strain of that incredible flood of ether, your soul had begun to break apart, yet now it seems somehow restored. I tried to help you before the battle, but Emet-Selch stopped me. So, how did you... exactly what did you... Can you tell us what happened?
I had help from a hero of this world.
I see.
Where to start? I believe I owe you all an apology. And you, most especially.
Ah, that's strange. It didn't give me the third option. Maybe this is because I'm going through the unending journey in order to get through these cutscenes. Well, I'll go with this one. Let's get out of here first.
No arguments here.
That's disappointing. Because if you cleared the Crystal Tower content, you get a third option there with that selection regarding Grahatia.
So, those mad souls dove straight into the ocean over there, did they?
All I could see from here was the whale, Master Chai.
'Twas surely Alphino and those friends of his. They did something heroic, mark my words. You need only look up there for proof of that.
As you say, my love. They're sure to be back, any moment now. Any moment.
They are coming back, aren't they? I couldn't bear the thought of...
There, dear. Everything will be all right.
There, look! Over there, over the beach!
Ho there! Greetings!
You all right?
Welcome back!
I didn't think we'd be swimming the whole way back. Heavens. Take me.
Alphino! Oh, hells.
Wait! Where's Eorzea?
He must have fallen behind.
But shouldn't we look for him?
He'll wash up, sooner or later.
For the love of... Alphino!
Welcome back, dear ones!
And thus did salvation come to the first. The lamps of Amarot will fade along with Emet-Selk's enchantments, and the depths shall be as once they were. Mount Gulg will one day fall, and the Talos below yield to wind and rain. This tale, too, will fade with time, passing into legend as the world heals and moves on.
And there's Eorzea.
Nevertheless.
Over there. Passed out. Oh, and next.
As ether obeys the cycle, as death and decay gives way to new life,
Ardbert, and his axe is finally clean.
so too do the memories we share inspire others to rise to greatness. For we who walk before may lead those who walk after. Your road goes ever on, as does your story, as does your legacy. Such is the hero's lot, to touch the lives of countless others.
Excuse me? You're the Warrior of Darkness, aren't you? Where are you from, really? And how did you get to be so strong?
It's a secret. All right, and there is the final credits. At least for the main Shadowbringers expansion. Now there have been, since I started, extensions of the story, so we'll be playing through those. And I think, as I mentioned, I don't know, did I mention that yet? No, wait, actually I think there's something else we need to do. Alright, well, what I'll probably go ahead and do here is skip past the credits and go ahead and move on to the next thing to do. Alright, we have one more thing to do here. So we need to speak with the Crystal Exarch.
By your deeds has the blinding light been banished from these skies, and the Sin Eaters driven to retreat. Although our many hurts will be years in the mending, I have faith that this world and her people will one day be whole once more. With no rejoining in prospect, the Source need no longer fear the coming of an 8th umbral calamity.
And with that triumph, the future from which you came will no longer come to pass. Yet here you still stand.
So I do. I wonder if that other age continues onward somehow, cut adrift from time's flow. Or have I simply etched myself a place upon this new block of history? Either way, this is an unexpected development. As the summoner of your souls, my death was meant to release you back to your world. Yet I am very much alive, and you are still stuck here in the First.
I believe I speak for us all when I say that we are happy to postpone our return if it means your life is spared. We will seek out another way.
Besides, I never had any intention of rushing home. There are people here I still need to thank, and this means I might actually have time to do so.
Yet we dare not neglect our comrades in the Source. Mistress Tataru, to name but one, will be most anxious to know how things stand with us.
So, you'll just have to make the journey alone for the moment. Be sure and give a full report to our fellow scions, would you? Oh, and we'd also appreciate any news you can bring us from back home.
Then I see no reason to delay. I can open the path from here.
I imagine we each have matters demanding our attention, so let this be a farewell for us all. Send word when you've resummoned our friend. Oh, and do try to ensure she arrives within this city next time.
Of course. I shall strive for utmost accuracy. No strange forests or unplanned passengers, I promise.
I'm a little relieved, to be honest. I would have been terribly lonely if everyone had suddenly disappeared. But I understand that you have to go. Safe journey, warrior of darkness. I hope to see you again soon.
Just a moment while I attune the portal. Then you can be on your way. When I was a boy, many long years ago, I yearned to stand tall as the heroes of Eld. But like a fool seeking to pluck the stars from the heavens, my every attempt to reprise their deeds fell short. And then one day, an all but forgotten dream from my youth stood before me in the flesh. A hero who looked at the horizon and beyond and saw I knew not what. All I knew was that I would give anything to stand at that hero's side. Would that it was so easy. The glory of the heavens was ever beyond the grasp of those who never thought to reach for it. But if I have gained anything from all of this, it is the courage to stretch out my hand. Do you hear me, Grahatia? This is no time for sleeping.
Meanwhile, in the Imperial Palace in the Source.
To the west gate. I want to know what's happening there.
Same as the others. Struck down with a single blow. An unfortunate day to draw guard duty. Forgive me. These were your people.
We took advantage of this slaughter to slip into the palace. 'Tis not for me to grieve them. That was the Emperor!
Wait!
Ah! You Radiants!
Gaius, you've missed your part in this, I'm afraid.
Identify yourself, demon!
You were hoping for the Ascian? The Craven shed this skin and fled, rather than face me. A pity. I was looking forward to crossing blades with myself. But I cannot deny the feeling of satisfaction. Body and soul reunited at last.
What now? The game continues, but the pieces have changed.
Only if we trust in a paragon's words. A mistake I do not intend to repeat. Gaius!
He speaks the truth. Elidibus is gone. Tore a hole into the rift. Xenos, my foolish, greedy son. Was a second life not enough? Was the Empire too rich a prize to ignore? True freedom for our nation, our people, will never be won by a spoiled princeling. The burden of this throne is beyond you.
'Tis you, father, who have struggled with this burden. Simply holding the Empire together has occupied your limited faculties. But you may take comfort in knowing that I have no intention of pursuing your tedious agenda. Nor am I interested in ruling over the Empire's lands. I came only to remove that which ruins my sport.
Oh, I clicked a little bit too fast there.
You would kill me just for that.
I need no other reason. Any and all who interfere with my hunt will not do so twice! I heard the Ascians speak of Zodiac and Eidolon. Even the will of this star is but a construct of our own making. We shall gorge upon their strength, and then, my friend, our contest shall begin anew.
Cliffhanger. And things are going sideways there pretty fast. Alright. We are back home. And we need to go talk to Tataru in the Rising Stones to finally turn this quest in. We'll just go ahead and teleport ourselves on over to Revenant's Toll. And then go see Tataru. It's been a while. Hello? But, huh? Ayame, is that really you? Indeed. But how? When? When? We didn't think you'd be back for ages. Time moves in mysterious ways. Right, so it does. The reports you had delivered by that excitable little pixie said as much. As for the situation on this side, the Imperials are still eyeing our forces from afar. From what I'm told, the Garlean armies have been slow to react and seem reluctant to commit to any large-scale engagements. It's an odd sort of stalemate. Otherwise, we've yet to see any signs of that awful Black Rose weapon we were warned about. Oh, but I suppose we did call in an old friend to help out on that count. Kryl and I had a terrible time tracking him down, though it'll be worth it to see the look on your face when you find out who it is. Anyway, I was just about to make contact with this helper of ours and then confirm the latest news from the front. Might you fancy having a rest while I do? Ah, the Warrior of Light, back where she belongs, just as if nothing had happened. Though you do seem different somehow. You'll have to tell me all about your adventures when we next have a spare moment. Until then, welcome back. Yeah, I think after all that, we need a vacation. Alright, wind up Grahatia and orchestrion roll. Alright. And one more cutscene, it would seem. Elidibus. Oblivion has claimed him. Emet-Selch gone, Lahabrea gone. I alone remain, the last of the unbroken. Once more, I am moved to reevaluate the potential of these tattered souls. Ah, Xenos, never did I dream you could overpower me so completely, possessed as I was of your body and all its uncanny strength. And now that I have shared with you the truth of this world and its reflections, who can predict how events will unfold? Not I. Emissary. What a poor jest that title has become. The flow of history has become muddied, its currents wild beyond my capacity to direct them. You have wrested the advantage, Hydaelyn. The thieving hands of your disciples tightens their grip on our star. The origins of the world remain hidden and its inhabitants ignorant of their broken existence, just as you and your creators desired. They celebrate the gift of imperfect life, uncaring, unknowing as we weaken and fade. But do not imagine yourself rid of us. Though your champion has indeed proven the most egregious obstacle to our ascendance, a barbed thorn in my side, she may yet be removed and cast into the abyss. Oh yes, it can be done. I will keep these heroes mired in the first, and victory will be ours at the last. Warriors of darkness now, are they? Then their fate is decided. They shall meet the same end as those who came before, death at the hands of warriors of light. Alright. Not sure what that's all about. Thancred Adrene. It seems you were right. Yes, there is something out there. But it would mean crossing malms and malms of this infernal emptiness, which is rather unhealthy for living creatures as I understand it. Even were we to restrict ourselves to brief forays, I don't like to imagine the effect it would have on our ether. But you still want to go, don't you? We may have saved the world, but we haven't reclaimed it. When you put it that way... What choice do we have? Well, of course I'm going with you. That's what family is for, isn't it? Come, let us head back and prepare for this mad journey of yours. Thank you, Thancred. And that leads to the 8-man raid series for this expansion, Eden. Alright, though blazing skies give way to gentle night, what hand can end the war of dark and light? Alright, we have completed the main scenario quest for Shadowbringers by opening the trust. Trust stuff, avatars will gain EXP, yada yada yada. Furthermore, bolstered by experiences in the first, we are now able to accept new quests from job-related NPCs. Alright, so that is something we're going to have to do for next time. Unlock new quest content to become available in the Crystarium. Yeah. There's optional dungeons, there's the raids, bunch of stuff. And as far as the main story quest, that is as far as I have actually played on any character. So I am starting to enter the part of the game I am completely blind on. So that should be interesting. But for now, we're going to go ahead and stop here after this very long episode. So, hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.